Hello and welcome to SKR Yoga and Wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today here on my channel. My name is Sam and I'm going to be leading you through a short practice to help us find inner focus and clarity. So how we're going to achieve this intention for today is we're really going to focus in on our third eye chakra. So this is the sixth energy center in your body, and this center really governs your intuition, your imagination, your wisdom, and it can help cultivate a sense of clarity and focus. So we're really gonna use a lot of meditation and visualization in this practice. There won't be quite as much physical asana practice. So that's kind of the focus that we're taking into this class today. Before we begin, I just want to give a great big thank you to Lisa and the Aura House for allowing me to film in this big, beautiful studio. I'm so grateful to be here, and I hope you enjoy it as well. And the very last thing that I've got to talk you guys through before we actually jump into our first meditation is I just want to walk you through a mudra that we're going to incorporate, just so that while we're in the middle of the meditation, we don't have to kind of go through the specifics. So this is the mudra of the great head, and this is going to help us cultivate the energy of our third eye chakra. So how you're going to do it is you're going to take your dominant hand. For me, that's my right hand, and your ring finger is going to come down towards your palm. And then your thumb, index, and middle fingers are all gonna come together, and then you wanna keep your pinky finger extended. So this is the mudra that we're going to take with your dominant hand, and the three fingers that are together are gonna come to the center of your head, to your third eye chakra. So at a certain point in our meditation, I'll cue us to make your mudra of the great head, and we will add that onto that spot on our head. So, before we get started, keep that in your back pocket. You're just going to make sure your sit bones are nice and planted into your mat. Your legs are in a nice comfortable position. And to start, let's just place the hands on the knees, palms up, and just grow your spine nice and tall, closing the eyes. And as always, just start by noticing your breath. So just noticing the inflow and outflow. And let's try to lengthen both your inhales and your exhales. And I'll invite you to now bring your attention to your third eye chakra, to that space in between your eyebrows. And I want you to actively feel like this area is relaxing and is opening up, that we're creating more space with each and every exhale. And maybe you'll even notice that you are unconsciously holding tension in this area, maybe through your forehead. And if you were, that's okay. Just now we're bringing our awareness to it, trying to let it go, release any and all of that tension. And within this space that we're creating, I'll invite you to imagine an indigo colored light that's growing out of this new space that we're creating. And this light is reaching bigger and bigger all around your head. And as this light grows and expands, you start to relax more areas of your face. So your eyes start to get heavy, your eyelids relax, maybe your jaw starts to relax, your tongue resting inside your mouth. Take 5 more breaths with this image, this blue indigo light expanding from your third eye chakra, and just allowing any tension in your head and face to release. Now you're welcome to continue with this image or place your dominant hand into that mudra that we practiced and place those fingers on your third eye, right in between your eyebrows. And your opposite hand can stay resting on your knee, palm facing up, maybe bringing the thumb and the index finger together. And we'll take another 5 breaths here, and I'll invite you to repeat an affirmation to yourself, which is, I trust my intuition and I listen to my deepest wisdom. I trust my intuition. I listen to my deepest wisdom. I trust my intuition. I listen to my deepest wisdom. You can continue repeating that affirmation for yourself, either out loud or in your head. Take another 5 breaths from here. Now, keeping your eyes closed, just gently let your mudra hand drop back down towards your knee. And feel that space continuing to grow between your eyebrows. Continuing to breathe deep. Maybe notice any effects, any sensation in your body after this visualization. And just to close off our meditation, we're going to take the palms of our hands together and just rub them to start to create friction, keeping your eyes closed. And when your hands start to get really hot, you're just going to release and take the palms of your hands over top of your eyelids and feel that heat, that vibration from your palms. Feel it transfer into your eyes. Gently let your hands fall. Feel that heat remain. And we'll gently open our eyes, get reacquainted with the space around you. And we're going to start moving into our asanas. So coming first to a tabletop position. So knees under your hips, arms right under your shoulders. Try not to hyperextend through your elbows. And just rolling through some rounds of cat and cow. So on an inhale, arching the belly, looking up towards the sky. And exhale, let that go, curving the opposite way. Again, inhale, looking up. Exhale, curve. Twice more like that. Inhale to arch. And exhale to curve. Last one, inhale. And exhale, pull that belly button in. Now coming back to a neutral tabletop position, placing your hips back towards your heels. We're just going to stretch really quickly through the glutes. So just shift your hips off your heels towards the right. You may feel a little bit of a stretch towards the outside of your right hip there, and over to the other side. And again, so over to the right, stretching through the right side of your glutes. And over towards the left. And we'll come back to center, back to your tabletop. We're gonna tuck our toes, coming right away into our first down dog. And take your time to really settle in. So maybe bend and stretch the knees, turn your head from side to side, shake yes and no to relax the neck, bend through the knees. Just do whatever movements that feel good to you here. And also notice any sensations that you might feel through that space between your eyebrows, that third eye. How does it feel after that meditation? And now that we're sitting in this inversion, we have blood flow moving towards our head in the direction of our third eye. So trying to activate that energy even more. And let's take 2 breaths in a still downward dog. So if you were still moving around, try to plant yourself and stay grounded. Just feel your crown and tailbone reaching in opposite directions. And now let's look towards the top of the mat. You're just gently gonna walk your feet forward. And just come to a nice ragdoll fold. Again, we're in this nice inversion here. So we have our blood flow moving towards our head and towards that energy center that we're trying to activate today. And let's take a nice deep bend of the knees, rolling up through the spine, inch by inch, until the head and shoulders are the last to recover. We're gonna come into eagle pose right away, standing on your left leg first. So I'm gonna bring my toes together. We're gonna start by doing the arms first. So you're gonna bring the arms up, bring your right arm under your left to find your eagle arm variation, binding once or twice, and now bending through the legs. Crossing the right leg over the left. Again, hooking once or twice if you can hook your toes around your calf there. And then really lift your elbows up towards that third eye. And you want to look past your arms. So we're not focusing in on the arms right in front of your face. You're looking beyond. You have a horizon view with your eyes here. Feel that energy, that clarity and intuition, that space between your eyebrows growing, that indigo color is still beaming. And from here, we're gonna keep the arms interlaced. Just unlock the leg and lift the knee up towards your chest. And now from here, testing our balance, keep that horizon view with your eyes looking past your arms. We're floating to warrior 3. With eagle arm variation. So testing our balance, keep that right hip rotated towards the floor so your toes are pointing down. Keep your belly button pulling in. 2 more breaths. Maintaining that strong focus, that horizon view with the eyes. And now let's push to stand all the way up. Float your right knee up towards your chest. And then, like an eagle, breathe the arms out. Feet back together, arms down. And we're gonna flow to our downward dog. So inhale, breathing arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it back to plank. Let's take an inhale here. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Inhale, just take a nice cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And once again, let's take some small movements here. Do what feels good, maybe walking out your feet. And we're gonna look forward, walk your feet in, and take that ragdoll fold. So nice and easy here. And once again, deep bend through the knees, rolling up slowly through the spine. Head and shoulders are the last to recover. We're right away gonna repeat those few poses. Now we're standing on the right leg for eagle. So first, breathing your arms out to the side. Exhale, cross your left arm under the right this time, binding once or twice. And now bending through your knees, left leg crosses over the right. Again, binding once or twice, and really lock that focus in. So you're looking past your arms, looking at something that's unmoving in front of you. Breathing deep. Feeling super strong, unwavering in your focus. Taking one more breath. We're gonna push, lift the knee up, keep the arms as they are. And now we float to warrior three. So stretching that left leg out and down. Keep the cross of the arms nice and strong. Keep your belly pulling in to protect your spine. Feel that power, that strength, that focus to stay here. Still looking past your arms. And we push to stand. You use that hamstring, bring the knee up with you. And now like a bird, we open our arms up, place that foot back down, and we're gonna float. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, lower down or take chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. This is already our last down dog, so do what you need here. Feel nice and long through the spine. And we're gonna place the knees down, taking child's pose. Up to you if you want your knees together or apart, just as long as you're melting yourself down towards the mat. And try to actively place that third eye chakra down onto the mat in front of you. So your forehead is melting in towards the mat. And now really feel as you have this feedback from the floor right underneath you. Feel with each exhale that we're continuing to grow the space here. Continuing to create more space, create more of that blue indigo light. Nice and easy in and out. And from here, using your hands to walk yourself back up. We're gonna come back to our tabletop position. And just to activate through the core, just for a moment, tuck your toes underneath you. Feel that your belly button is already pulling in towards your lower back. And then you're just gonna lift your knees about an inch or so off of the mat, and make sure your shoulder blades are pushing. So they're wrapping around your rib cage here. We're pushing into the mat. And now we're gonna walk ourselves. So we have one hand off the mat and one hand on. Keep those knees lifted. And now from here, like a pancake, we're just gonna flip ourselves over. So we've reversed that tabletop position, and you wanna push your hips so they're all the way up towards the sky. So feel that the entire front line of your body is opening up towards the sky above you, from the top of your head all the way down to your first chakra, your root chakra. And from here, we'll place the hips back down on the mat, stretch out the legs in front of you, and taking one final forward fold here, let's inhale to breathe the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold over those legs. And we're taking this forward fold a little bit more yin in nature, which means that our legs are relaxed. We're not engaging any muscles. We're just allowing gravity to pull us forward into the fold. To have a little bit more feedback in your third eye chakra, perhaps if you have a block handy, you might want to place it right underneath you so you can rest your forehead on that block. But if you don't have it, you can continue to visualize that blue light. Continuing to breathe here. And we'll very slowly roll ourselves back up. And reversing that motion, you're going to take your hands behind you, fingertips point towards your heels, and this time we are going to activate through the legs, stretch through those toes, and maybe push on up into a reverse plank. If this feels like too much, you can always bend and come back to that reverse tabletop. Otherwise, we're staying long through the body. Squeeze those glutes. Again, opening up the entire front line of your body towards the sky. Feel super open and wide and available here. One last breath, and we will release the hips back down onto the mat. We're going to shift so that we can lower all the way down, coming into Shavasana, our final resting pose for this practice. Feel your palms facing up towards the sky. Feel your body melt and sink into your mat. Taking deep breaths. And let's repeat that same visualization that we started off this practice with. So imagining first that the space between your eyebrows is getting really heavy and relaxing. And then that blue indigo light just beams from this place and continues to initiate a relaxation throughout the rest of your face. So everything feels really heavy, really relaxed. Take another 8 to 10 breaths here, continuing to imagine this image. And slowly starting to wake yourself back up. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe let your head fall from side to side. And when you're ready, coming onto your right side, take a moment of rest here. And pushing yourself up, keeping those eyes closed as we come to our seated position here. So try to intuitively feel yourself coming to take a seat. Allow your sit bones to be grounded into the mat, feeling nice and tall. And we're just gonna finish off class with that same hand friction that we used. So rubbing your hands together, creating heat through your palms. And once you feel like you've created enough of that heat, release the palms, hover them over your eyes. Feel that heat resonate. And let your palms fall back towards your knees. Take a breath here. Feel that heat and that vibration continuing behind your eyes as we very softly blink them open. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and namaste. Thank you guys so much for doing this practice with me. I hope that you can move forward with the rest of your day, finding more clarity and more focus. Please, before you go, do not forget to like and subscribe. I release new videos every week, and I hope that I will see you on the mat again for another practice very soon.